Hey peeps, it's me. Basically, judging from the title, you're thinking, Jackson, why is the title of Guilty Pleasures? Well, the thing is that a while back ago, I made like a top 10s or top 15s, whatever it was, of my best movies, my worst films, and my top of my cosplays. And there's something I've never got a chance of actually doing is actually do a top Guilty Pleasures, because ever since the started critics of review of Moulin Rouge, the old Guilty Pleasures, you know what I mean if you watch it. So I thought to myself, hey, I might as well get the chance now and actually do and present my top 20 Guilty Pleasures.
Guilty pleasures, everybody has a few. Guilty pleasures, you and me and even you.
Yeah, it's an odd thing actually, because odd thing about it is this is the only Tom Cruise film I actually do like. And yeah, it basically has the same premise as every other film. It's like a person went to fight the army and joined that house inside, a common ally, yada yada yada, you know, that sort of thing. And it's not like any other film that have that sort of same plot, right?
Guilty pleasures contradict your sense of taste. Guilty pleasures, they can only be embraced.
I don't know why I say this is what I actually do like the idea about it. It's a steampunk-ish world in the classic Treasure Planet sort of Treasure Island sort of plot, steampunk and the traditional style 17th to 18th century style sort of thing. I think that what really gets to me is the bloody robot. I think that's what the biggest problems is. It's because of was it the robot's modern short, isn't it? Yeah, that bloody over the top and trying to please the kids sort of thing. But no, I kind of like it. The whole, because I like the whole space travel, that sort of thing. But I like the idea of space travel and steampunk, which is awesome.
Guilty pleasures contradict your sense of taste. Guilty pleasures, they can only be embraced.
Yeah, it's basically the same sort of thing as say for Treasure Planet, except for Atlantis have lots of plot holes, especially the whole civilization about they learn every single language except they can't read. Seems odd, but however, it's a fun adventure really, because of obviously it's got the same sort of blend of 2D animation to sort of the 3D style animation, again like this one. So yeah, but really fun adventure, and if you want to avoid the old plot holes, but really enjoyable.
Guilty pleasures contradict your sense of taste. Guilty pleasures, they can only be embraced.
I haven't got Battle LA, but I'll talk about this one first of all, because this one's a really interesting one. Is the story is blah, and the characters are But the one thing that's really interesting me about this is this little description right here. Let's see if I can just find it. The Musketeer weaves classic swordplay and charity with guilty defining dancing of Hong Kong action choreographing as the action sequences mix Eastern and Western styles, using 17th century swashbuckling with samurai action. That sounds really interesting. And of course you see D'Artagnan doing the Hong Kong style. I might say like Jackie Chan sort of styles. It's got that sort of same core choreographing. It's like he does, I think in one of the sequences he does like the sort of splits on the barrels, and he sort of used like a rope sort of thing, and in the end fight back sort of sequence between oddly enough Tim Roth, oddly enough, in a warehouse, and they fight on like ladders, and it's almost reminiscent to the fight sequence on a Jet Li film called Once Upon a Time in China. That had a similar sort of fight in a warehouse sort of thing. But yeah, it's really interesting that sort of mix, and even like the lead up to that battle was pretty cool, especially a special weapon. But no, it's definitely worth a see, and it's an interesting thing. But as for Battle of LA, well, that has the same sort of problems as to characters, because the characters are like rather forgettable, but one thing I kind of like the idea. It's actually a really decent action space with the army against aliens. It was really interesting. If you were, I'm about to say turn your brain off sort of thing, but don't worry, there is plenty of that coming along with the whole just skips the story and just gets straight to the action. Prepare for that.
Guilty pleasures contradict your sense of taste. Guilty pleasures, they can only be embraced.
Yeah, funny enough, an anime. The reason about this is up is basically alright. The good thing about it is that it's really interesting, really cool action robots, that sort of thing, and a interesting, I'm about to say convoluted plot twist, but very complex. But no, I kind of like the action of it. It's in the story, and the funniest thing about it, this is 3 parts of the film, and the this reason this is my guilty pleasure because one, the dubbing is not that great, but it's hilarious to listen about. However, also the reason I said about the 3 parts is that three parts in one film, but there's in this particular copy there's a commentary. He just literally talks about the first part of it. And the end of that first part, he's like, "I want to go get a cup of tea," and he never returns. He never returns for the second and third part of this. It's absolutely, it's unbelievable. I'm surprised it doesn't actually say like commentary for first half. You know, like DVDs that have like commentary from episode 3 and 7 sort of thing, but not like the whole thing. It's a real shame because I like to hear more about it, but I got a funny feeling the guy who commentated this just got fed up with it, but no, interesting, just give it a watch.
Guilty pleasures contradict your sense of taste. Guilty pleasures, they can only be embraced.
Yeah, sorry guys, the only reason this will be up to, well, I haven't got the third one yet, but the reason this is up in my guilty pleasure is that personally, these are not good. Don't get me wrong, I love Lord of the Rings. I got all Lord of the Rings extension cuts right down across my on my shelf, but for these ones, these are not as great. I think the biggest problem is that it's trying to be hard to be epic, but judging from, I haven't only read partial of the book, but I don't imagine it to be as grand and big like it did with Lord of the Rings, which I enjoyed more too. But for these ones, yeah, it's tried too hard to be epic, and I'm not going to get absolutely fragged from this, and I'm really sorry to say this. To me, The Hobbit to me is the Star Wars equivalent, that Star Wars prequels of fantasy. Yeah, I'm sorry to say that, guys, but that's what I think about it. But I don't like these, honestly, but. They're not as great, but if you enjoy the mythos, like I said for Lord of the Rings, you will love it. But I might say skip these, but if you're a Lord of the Rings fan, like I am, I like the films more than the books, but I read the books, but yeah, but if you enjoy the mythos, have these 2 or 3 if you get Battle of the Five Armies.
Guilty pleasures contradict your sense of taste. Guilty pleasures, they can only be embraced.
Yeah, that's the other thing about it, is that I don't know what's got so much flack about it, but I know one thing that's not good about it. It's what's her name? Elizabeth. Well, the name's here. Her character's like they see a shot of bathroom, so they're like, oh, bathroom. It's like the excitement's like, what the fuck is up with you in your bathroom? Elizabeth, what the hell? And yeah, it's odd thing about it. It's one of those really cheesy style shot takes. The old intercuts and the flashing. It's like all the old spooky spirit, that sort of thing. But the only reason I like about it is that I like the design of the glass house. It's really interesting about how it's interlocked, and I would love to live in a house like that. Well, except not having the see-through glass, but I like the design. And one pretty cool scene is I think they were trying to confront one of the ghosts. So, like, they actually used one of the glass pillars to sort of block and trying to get through. But the one thing that's interesting on the DVD as well is they actually tells a backstory of the 13 ghosts. So that's really interesting to hear about it. But yeah, though it's let's give it a shot.
Guilty pleasures contradict your sense of taste. Guilty pleasures, they can only be embraced.
I'm not a Jason Voorhees fan. I'm more of a Freddy Krueger fan. But the one thing I actually like about this is you don't expect Jason Voorhees to go into space, and it's and there's some pretty cool kills, like when Freddy put this girl's head in the freezer and smashed it and all ice everywhere. And the one thing I say this is one of my guilty pleasures as well. What I liked about Jason X is that the Uber Chaser, really cool design. And the one thing that's really cool about it is the actor who played that particular Jason. Oddly enough, when I got the whole Friday the 13th series, it's the actor who portrayed Jason. I forgot which one was it. He was on the one with the psychic. It was from there. I don't know, up to Goes to Hell. I'm not too sure. And of course the same. It's I don't know what's his name. I think it's Kane something. Here's the name right down here. He is freaking awesome as Jason. He's got the physicalness and he can portray the emotion out of the obviously from the makeup. But that's awesome. But yeah. Badass sort of design, but it's just really a dumb idea, but awesome. Straight away, especially the scene when Jason goes in the hologram thing, and he met two naked girls. Like, you like pot? The old and he's whacking Nicky girl in the sleeping bag. Oddly enough, it's a delete scene in the original Friday the 13th, which has been cut, but they used it in this one, but in an odd comedic sort of way.
Guilty pleasures contradict your sense of taste. Guilty pleasures, they can only be embraced.
Yeah, it's a really silly idea about the whole a gorilla sort of to do sign language sort of thing, but interesting. Odd enough, it's done by same author who did Jurassic Park. But I guess I know that's the other thing that recently I actually heard about. It's like the author who in the books of Jurassic Park and even like this one made everyone like complete dicks or something. But dicks, bloody hell! The one thing that's really dick move, I didn't actually notice it. It's by Bruce Campbell. It made a little small cameo in this. No, in the first 5 minutes until dead. Sorry, I think I mentioned it on the beginning of the video. There could be spoilers, plenty. But again, it's another exciting. Oh, that's another thing as well. Is Tim Curry's classic. But of a really odd mix of accents he put on. But no, there's another reason I like this as well. It's another interesting action adventure sort of thing, and oddly enough, the guy from Ghostbusters on here. And one of the funny scenes on there is the old that army dude's like, "Don't stop eating my sesame cakes." I don't know. There's someone on Cosplay Island who's actually planning to cosplay him, and that is freaking awesome. But yeah, even like the M battle, the M fight when the girl uses the freaking laser attaching the wild grey gorillas. That's stupendity awesome. But yeah, give this a try if you like our crazy bonkers adventure types.
Guilty pleasures contradict your sense of taste. Guilty pleasures, they can only be embraced.
Yeah, it's an odd one. This one is that it has the intentions of not having the story itself does not make no sense. But the only thing it's really focused on it's just the action itself. But wow, the action on this is amazing. It's really creative sort of thing. But and a shame Clive Owen don't appear at any other films, but he does a good job. He's like his gimmicks like eating like carrots or something, and he's like he like have like pet peeves. It's like there's one scene that someone goes when he goes someone is like drinking alcohol goes. He does that numerous times, and Owen's like, "Oh, for fuck's sake!" And he like ties him up, and he does the old like sits down and he goes, look at that, it's just so funny. And Joe Giovanni, bloody hell, what a character he is. this is awesome. One of the best action films, but the story does make sense. But action, brilliant, creative. Give it a watch.
Guilty pleasures contradict your sense of taste. Guilty pleasures, they can only be embraced.
I like the idea of it about a society of having no emotions. And as that also created a plot of plot holes as well, especially this character here. He's shown emotion throughout the whole thing, and he doesn't get in trouble. But of course, okay, spoiler ahead, he's a part of the inside sort of thing. But no, it's another thing. It's like just like shoot 'em up. Is the action is amazing. The whole gun kata, wow, it's really interesting. And oddly enough, it's just the fighting almost I say similar. I would say, almost creative as to say to Hellsing. Oddly enough, I don't know what comes to that conclusion, but yeah, the action, the gun kata, brilliant. Except for the next film that this director has done is Ultraviolence, but I watched part of it and boy, that sucked. But this one, the action in this is much more better than compared to that one. But awesome. Yeah, just like it says in the back, it says if you enjoy the Matrix or it's sort of like the Matrix, but similar sort of the gun cutter thing. But this description right here, this is a good mix between the Matrix meets 1984. Yes. If you're a Matrix fan, give this a watch.
Guilty pleasures contradict your sense of taste. Guilty pleasures, they can only be embraced.
The other thing about it is that I enjoyed this one, but this one, although the story is you got the characters are completely stereotypical, but of course I know that's the idea because this is supposed to be like an anime style sort of thing, but obviously how can you not say no to epic robot fighting kaiju? Oh my god, this is awesome. And I still don't know whether or not there will be actually a sequel because it's somehow going back and forth about yes, it's going to happen, no, it's not going to happen, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. But come on, Guillermo del Toro, please do more of this because this needs to be more of it. Just make sure you make the characters a bit more likable and that sort of thing. But no, again, like I said, it's the tensions because even in anime sort of thing, as like stereotypical characters, hell, even like those two scientists, for example, one is like the super nerd and the other one's like a completely British, like, oh, right here, I'm so typically English, that sort of thing. And of course, fucking Ron Perlman again stars in this. Well, of course, so because he starred as Hellboy, but Spectre's character in this one. But oddly enough, the girl in this, she has the blue hair. I'm thinking, wait, she's trying to be like Rei Naimi sort of thing, and that's one mixed well. It's like this could be a good taster as well if they're actually going to go for a Neon Genesis Evangelion film, which still hasn't been made. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing, but this is the archetype for it. If they had like this style with the Evangelion, the Avas against the Angels in this sort of fashion, please. Oh hell, even have Guillermo del Toro to do the designs of these angels. I don't mean like the exact same angels, but no, redesign sort of thing. And that leads me to my other one. It's the same time as well. Speed Racer. Another problem as well. It's same. The reason I put that for Pacific Rim is that the you can skip the majority of the dialogue and go straight to the action. And yeah, the characters like even some weird sort of thing. Then again, it's a Polanski's. Was it the Waskowskis? They love anime and whatnot, but then again, if you look at Jupiter Ascending, and boy, that sucked. And this one. The reason this is in my guilty pleasure because I love the car scenes. The car scenes, racing's amazing. Yeah, it's cutscenes and do that classic Speed Racer type sort of thing. But no, I do actually do like the racing scenes. Hell, I remember even playing it on the PS2, which I sadly haven't got any longer because of due to lack of co-op plates I could do. But no, if you like racing scenes and awesome visuals, give this a watch. Just as long as you skip most of the plot, that is.
Guilty pleasures contradict your sense of taste. Guilty pleasures, they can only be embraced.
Ooh, yeah. You know the fun. This is basically top of my list because it's same as like again from The Last Samurai. It has the same bloody plot. Yes, the army dude joins and he doesn't actually fight. Sort of friends. Again, it's like the old joins a tribe and they get in relation, and then complications on the other side, and then there's a split up. Then he's trying to redeem himself, and then he redeems himself, and he comes wide, and he joins the thing. Yeah, it's basically the same bloody plot. But the one thing I like about this is that the special effects are amazing. Even like it's basically my first time seeing a film in 3D, and I think about one or two occasions I saw the 3D become effective. It was like everyone in the audience like it's like this spectacular effect. But again, I like the idea of science beats nature sort of thing. But this is interesting. Just make sure you can get over the whole the same old non-original sort of plot line. So yeah, even though I'm just waiting for the second one, but I don't know if that's gonna be original or made up. So who knows?
Guilty pleasures contradict your sense of taste. Guilty pleasures, they can only be embraced.
But now for Lost in Space, I obviously know it's based on the classic TV series, but the reason this is on the list because of I like the I like the designs of it. One thing I'm sure is I like Matt Blanc's armor core design when the fight against the spiders and that cool metal thing comes over his face and detachable gun thing, and that's pretty cool. And the one thing that's pretty awesome is the youngest Robinson's son made that hologram of that robot, the danger, Mr. Robinson, danger, that sort of thing. But made a hologram and he controls it and fight off the spiders. That's pretty cool. And the funniest thing as well that the younger sister back in the day, oddly enough, had a crush on her. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I don't know if her voice is very high pitched and whatnot, but I thought she was really cute. But I know that was like back in what was it? Back in 1990 something rather, wasn't it? But yeah, and sadly it's one of those yet another films was like it's left a cliffhanger. Sort of, I know it's not like cliffhanger because they sort of left it as an open ending because it's oddly enough it's two adventures in one film. One's the down the counter with the spiders, and the other one was the whole time travel aspect to it. But all in all, it's a nice space adventure sort of thing with cool design to it. So yeah, good.
Guilty pleasures contradict your sense of taste. Guilty pleasures, they can only be embraced.
Mention about the Hobbit. Now, the prequels. Back in the day, I was a Star Wars fan, yes, and I didn't actually notice the whole because I watched all the three of the prequels, and I thought, well, first one I thought it's not that bad, but then I've had the whole backlash of it, and especially the old Jar Jar Binks. So yeah, I definitely see why to it. And this was the second one, the ending. Oh my god, the ending fight pissed me off the most, especially that when Anakin is against Count Dooku, and really awesome because he's fighting against two. He was fighting with two lightsabers against Dooku, and he does this attack, and it goes boom. Dooku does one simple turn, and just bam, cut off Anakin's arm. It's like bullshit. Yeah, that's it, bullshit, and it took my glasses right off. And I thought it done kick ass moves, and it just takes them down in one simple turn. And it doesn't help on the third one as well, because of on the third one the end fights when Anakin's against Obi-Wan. So I just still remember the old Anakin's wooden dialect. I hate sand. It goes everywhere, that sort of thing. I just saw recently a clip of the scene before the end fight Obi-Wan and Anakin when he was upset with Padme. And he's doing his this dialogue, oh my goodness. But then again, one person made a really good example on YouTube recently, saying about the fact that the prequel, because George Lucas haven't done any other films since I'd say Indiana Jones perhaps, but haven't I'd probably say Indiana Jones. I think it's the Last Crusade. And he hasn't done any films, but then he was like sole person, the director, and done the writer. And wow, some of the dialogue and the acting choices it's not good. But this is the same problem I said for The Hobbit, is that the mythos. I love the Star Wars mythos. But yeah, I sort of like the fourth and the fifth and the sixth, and especially now the seventh. But yeah, that's a real shame. But hey, mythos, both for the Lord of the Rings, both fantasy style and sci-fi. Odd enough, Star Wars is sort of a fantasy, but you know my drift.
Guilty pleasures contradict your sense of taste. Guilty pleasures, they can only be embraced.
Yeah, that's back at the time I liked these two films, but then the whole Adam Sandler films started to happen, and and then one started to hate on him. Don't get me wrong, some of the stuff I liked, it's like Happy Gilmore was really enjoyable, but the reason this is definitely on my top list is Adam Sandler's character on both these films is he puts on a voice, the old was it on Little Nicky? It's like, I want Little Nicky. That sort of voice, and he'll ignore people. But I don't know. I got a really soft because of Waterboy. I can sort of relate because of course his Adam's character is like disability, that sort of thing, and he's trying to do his best, and that's oddly enough actually, because that's the sort of problems most people have with the Adam Sandler films, because of Adam plays the same sort of the lovable loser, and he gets him attracted to a very attractive woman, that sort of thing. But no, I just really feel bad about it. But I like these, and I'm strange way, and it's really bad. Oh, I feel really bad. But again, well, I'd about to say if you're an Adam Sandler fan, then yeah, go ahead and get it. But just prepare for some voices and certain comedic style action.
Guilty pleasures contradict your sense of taste. Guilty pleasures, they can only be embraced.
I like this because I like the idea of the it's science beats fantasy. The science fiction and fantasy, even though you don't see the science part of it, but you see the much more fantasy part of it. And yes, this film is long, and they drag it so badly. I'm trying to think whether 2 hours, buddy, 2 hours. But I mean, this film could be about hour and a half, judging from the scenes being completely dragging, that sort of thing. Like for example, there's the old dude is trying to find an old mage woman, and it's like them trying to escape from the spider, and it's like 5 to 10 minutes long scene, and that could be cut down. And then there's even in the near beginning of the film, when the main hero is trying to find this the cleave, the classic weapon. You don't actually see much of it. Then he's like climbing this mountain for like 5 to 10 minutes, and later on towards the end battle, when he's trying to receive the thing, but it got stuck, and he's like stuck in that part for 3 minutes. It's like it's frustratingly dragging, but I like it. It's fantasy and science fiction. You got aliens against sword fighting, magic, and it's got everything I like about. Well, it's basically like Star Wars, but more dragful. But just. But then I like the whole fantasy thing about the prince rescues a princess sort of thing, that sort of thing. The classic fight against a dragon sort of thing. Well, big massive alien sort of thing. But yeah. If you like that sort of mix, give it a try, but make sure you had to prepare for very long drags of the scenes.
Guilty pleasures contradict your sense of taste. Guilty pleasures, they can only be embraced.
Now, I really hate Michael Bay's Transformers. They didn't do justice to save the old Transformers sort of thing. It's one of those dumb, fun films, but when I seen the first film, I didn't mind it until then I really saw this clip, the old Bumblebee, stop lubricating the human. I was like, wow, how can I miss that? I don't know, I must blacked out. And then there's the second one. Oh god, the second one sucked. And it offended me so badly, it hurt me. Thankfully I didn't watch the third and fourth ones, but whoa boy, how bad they were. But what I'm getting at is that Battleship is trying to be that same sort of Michael Bay dumb fun sort of thing, and the characters are forgettable. It's and Liam Neeson's performance is wasted on this one. And the one thing that's really gets to me is the action and the action, and it's speaking of Transformers, there's a scene when like a spike ball sort of going around in the city sort of thing, and it's almost identical to Transformers. It's trying to be a Transformers wannabe, but it fails miserably. Hell, even in the box office it fails. I'm surprised that failed, but yet the fucking Transformers Michael Bay shit's still going. But the one thing I like about it, it's you got the Navy against the aliens, and they're actually really some impressive action scenes for boats. Aiming like there's a scene I like the most is they try to get the old one of the old battleships, and even they got the old crew for the ship. Then they both, you got the young and the old joining together, and they even trying to get one of them big massive was it bullets or shells, what it is, trying to get by hands and carry it to the other side. And you got the boat, and he drops the anchor, and it takes a hard turn when it takes the alien, and I was like, it's so fucking dumb, but I love it. But this is my answer to the Transformers BS. But yeah, if you like dumb fun, well then again it's wrong. Again, it's one of those forgettable character types. But skip the characters, just watch the action. Then again, just YouTube it. You see why.
Guilty pleasures contradict your sense of taste. Guilty pleasures, they can only be embraced.
This was close to being my number one, and this is back to the whole steampunk sort of thing. Although it's different compared to the book, and I had read the book, and oddly enough, I didn't like the book, but this one I enjoy more, and I like the steampunk. I like the idea of you got the fictional characters. You got like you got characters from Dracula, Dorian Gray, 20 Leagues Under the Sea, The Invisible Man, Dr. Jekyll and Hyde. The idea of it's like a Victorian style The Avengers with steampunk, and it's awesome, except for the story didn't make sense. And it's just a shame because this is Sean Connery's last film, and this is wasted. Even the end of the cliffhanger, it's trying to be. I think it's going to be a blockbuster hit, but no, it failed miserably in the box office. But I can't say. The one thing I like the most about this is Captain Nemo's character. I like his character so much. He has martial arts fighting, he has sword fight, he has gun fight, he has a own crew, he has a most awesome nuclear powered submarine, the Nautilus. Wow, I'm so gushing this. I'm sorry, but and yes, there's some continuity hiccups in this as well. So obvious, but wait, talking about the director of Blade? Damn, didn't know she noticed that before, but again, no, this is enjoyable, but in the wrong sort of ways, but just so close. But don't worry, number one is coming up, and you'll see why.
Guilty pleasures contradict your sense of taste. Guilty pleasures, they can only be embraced.
Now for my honourable mentions, they're so close to being on the list, but say first things first is The Core. The Core is a very fun action, but although there are some plot elements that isn't, but no, it's interesting. It's like I said, trying to center of the Earth, almost that sort of style, but it's a much more sci-fi thing. But there is some complexity in science facts, like the whole electricity blows up the Colosseum in Italy, but I don't know. Probably, I think it's got the metal frames, but not close enough to be on my top list. The other one on my top list is Stargate. This is yet another awesome action adventure sort of thing, but I don't know why people got so much flack about it. Oddly enough, I've seen little bits and bobs of the TV series, but I've never seen it fully. But I need to get to watch that. But I know, so I think most people say it's meh sort of thing. Hell, was it? It's this one. I mean, the Stargate TV series, then there's the Atlantis one, and there's, oh god, there's so many of them. I can't think, but no, I like this. This is an awesome action adventure one, but didn't make it too across. And the next one is Book of Eli. People get so much flack with this. I don't know why. I like it. I like the interesting plot about the whole apocalyptic thing, and Eli's character has a book that will is a very great importance to humanity. Use it as a weapon, and the plot twist in the end was interesting. But even the ending itself was a bit, but sort of it was not great. But I actually do like this. Really interesting. And my fourth one, I won't say this is my guilty pleasure, but I would put it because of the Cheese Fest as one of the most underrated films you will see. It's from the 80s. It's called The Last Starfighter. Oddly enough, it hasn't been out in the UK yet, but this is one of my top favourite sci-fi films. The thing is, a guy who's a top game arcade player, and an alien comes down and saying like, "Yo, you're a good top crack shooter. Can you please join our resistance on a starfight? Be a starfighter?" And he does, and of course he's like, "No, he's not." And then he comes back, and I love the ship. The ship is awesome. Well, they're piloting him and the that odd reptile rock dude, whatever it was, and it left in the conclusion, but there's a nice open ending sort of thing. So yeah, I wish this will come back and be a cult classic. I think it is, but I hope fans will bring it back, bring it and what say revival. I don't know what's it called when a film that's supposed to be that bad and it's sort of being re-evaluated and it's sort of bring back and it's really good. But I hope people will take more notice of this one. If you like 80s music, 80s and games and sci-fi, please get this. And my other top guilty pleasure, I'm not close enough to it, is Godzilla, the 2014 one, if I think correctly. I think there'll be a correction here. And Jurassic World. These are not close enough to be in the guilty pleasures because it's basically the last 20 minutes. Because Godzilla, for example, majority of Godzilla you don't see but until the end. The 20 minutes is freaking awesome, especially kicking ass against the two of the Muntos. And same problem with Jurassic World. Jurassic World wasn't that great, but the last 20 minutes, oh, when the Tyrannosaurus Rex against the big white Velociraptor Rex thing, and when even one of the Velociraptors joining with the Tyrannosaurus Rex, and they 2 against 1, and they're fighting, and it's like, oh, it's awesome, awesome. But the film sucked, and also we cannot forget about how Martini Guy. I was thinking about it because I was watching the film, when everyone had been attacked by the pterodactyls, and you see the one shot. It's like the guy is like, you pick the 2 glasses and run away. That is, I just can't believe. Even I was laughing to see that. And there's been cosplays of that as well, and that is awesome. But yeah, I feel really bad about those films. But although I can't wait for the next Godzilla film, the Western one, thankfully not the bloody 1997 one. Ugh. But no, I can't wait for the next one because we're going to see Godzilla, King Ghidorah, and Mothra. Supposedly, well, especially them two, but hopefully we'll see that.
Guilty pleasures, surely even you have some. Guilty pleasures, love them even though they're dumb.
I think I get it.
Yes. You know I said about the whole battleship sort of dumb fun. This is my dumb fun. Oddly enough, this is my dumb Michael Bay's Transformers thing. The thing is that as for Transformers, I seen it as a kid. I know a lot of the shows. Oddly enough, I need to watch the newer one, the Robots in Disguise, but also I need to get more of Prime, so hopefully I get that. But G.I. Joe, on the other hand, the classic cartoon of this one, I only seen little bits of it, but I think I've seen like 1 or 2 back in the day, but this, I like it. It's the old good against evil. I don't know if you don't. It's not fucking Cobra until it's the very end, but I'll get to that. And it's dumb fun. It's so played up, and odd enough on what was it, the sci-fi that sci-fi guy, he mentioned about the whole fact about how one backstory went to one character and it goes to another character and it goes back to that same character, that sort of thing. But no, I like it. I like the idea sort of thing, and even I like the exosuits, like the quick armor. It's almost identical to that Transformers thing from the first one. The whole I think it was Ironside does a flip, and it's similar to this one as well. And sadly, Cobra Commander hasn't appeared until the very end, and I hate that mask. I hated that mask, and of course, it's like what, the last 5 minutes of that, and it got locked up straight away. And its sequel one, it's actually better. It's a lot more taken much more serious. But although the Cobra Commander on that one is better, and sadly the bloody main character from the one, again sorry spoilers, he dies, and it goes off the old oh, you're my best friend, we're gonna be friends forever. He is so dead. And yeah, that's and I don't mind it. I like the much more serious tone, especially that whole Cobra plan about using like nuclear style bunker busters. But this one is like, it's in space and they launch it down to a city, and it just happened to be London, and you see it go down and it ripple through the city, and it's like, whoa, fucking hell, it's giving me freaking goosebumps. It's awesome and yet horrifying, but wow, that really was effective. But I don't know if they're going to do a third one of it, but I really do hope they do, because, well, then again, judging from the end of it, it's going to be applying about what may happen, but and I don't think it'd be as successful as this, especially if we've got a sequel of it. But no, this one has the dumb fun. Well, if you're really getting sick of that's a bit interesting. If you're really sick of that tired about the whole Michael Bay BS sort of thing, give this a try if you want more dumb fun. But yeah, give it a shot. So yeah, so that's pretty much it for my my top guilty pleasure lists. Thanks for watching and seeing me ramble. If you guys got anything you like me to do, I don't know, like top animes or that sort of thing, please send me give the word, and I will do it. Or like I said in my vlogs, where hopefully I'll get into it very shortly, is I'll if you got any questions, I will hopefully reply, that usual stuff, you know what I mean, either from here or on my Twitter. So yeah, thank you much guys, and I'll see you next time. Ta-ra.
Guilty pleasures, but we won't stop loving.